Hey, it's us again. What's up? My name is Edine, my beautiful wife Melinda. We're known as Hustle and Hooks. Follow us on Instagram for daily, whatever you know, stuff. Sometimes randomness, mostly resell stuff. Sometimes I rant about stuff. You know, it's a good time.
I plug the Chiefs a lot.
Yeah, go Chiefs. How about that win? Go Chiefs.
Yeah. So we were watching this in the future, but we're filming this the Monday after the Chiefs clinched in an epic playoff game against the Bills their chance for the AFC Championship again. I'm pumped. I'm so pumped.
Still high from last night.
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, we wanted to make a quick video, talk to you about our first week really of well, hitting our goals a few times or every single day, and kind of our transition and how we're feeling overall with what's going on with our current eBay business.
Right, so if you're newer to the channel, we've recently decided to make the switch from a primarily hard goods store to pretty much only clothing and shoes. That's a really, really big change for us. We have a private store so we can track our metrics a little better now. We're still going to keep our other store a little bit active, and we're still figuring out the hard goods thing because I don't think we're going to walk away from it like 100%.
No, I don't think we can. I think we still want to do garage sales, we still want to make content, we still want to have fun, but we're definitely going to be, staying away from VCRs and DVD VCR combo units. We're going to stay away from bigger stuff and just focus on little cute stuff, little, fast sellers, big bangers, rare video games, stuff that's kind of fun, but definitely getting away from hard goods because of many reasons. Let's talk a little bit about the numbers. You just finished updating the spreadsheet.
Yeah, so I update the spreadsheet pretty much every day, and then I just finished it for the weekend. And I was very pleasantly surprised. This was our first, real full weekend where we haven't had a lot of other things pulling in different directions, where we also released the spreadsheet that we have. Dean talk a little bit about that. I kept highlighting the numbers through the weekend. Like, I did it like 5 times. I was like, Dean, I'm doing this right. I mean, it's pretty simple. Once you have all your numbers in the spreadsheet, you can just highlight your gross and your net numbers through the specific date. So the 21st through the 23rd, we grossed $1,773.88 in sales. And that by no means is our best weekend, but we were surprised and very happy with it, because you would think when you're making such a large transition, we were sort of thinking we were going to have to take a couple steps back before we really saw the fruits of pumping in the volume into our stores. So that was great. We feel so confident in that because really we are just starting to sort of get a smooth system down. So that is only going to 2-fold, 3-fold, 4-fold. It's only going to increase from there. So it's a really great starting point, we think. And then the net of that was $935.41. Again, great. And that was 56 items across eBay and Poshmark. I think we had one random Facebook sale and a couple Mercari stragglers is all. A big part of why we were so successful this weekend is because of our accountability board. And this was really, leading up to that weekend, was really the first full week where we have been consistently hitting our goal. We've kind of found our groove. There was a lot of transition here in these first couple of weeks, but as you can see, it was very consistent. Every day we're getting up our 40 plus items. Our process is just getting smoother and smoother. So as of today, Monday now, we were able to get our 40 listings up active and have 20 in our draft bank by 2:30 today, and everything was packed and ready to go at 3:30. That is such a huge improvement, and it just feels so much lighter than what we have been doing, which is just wake up, pulling and packing for hours and just feeling really heavy by the end of, especially Mondays, because those were usually our big weekends. And we put up some strong numbers, I think, and to have it be that smooth and that quick, very, very happy with that, because that's exactly what we were shooting for. That our goals and our purpose and everything is just sort of coming together, and it feels really good to see that.
Before we jump in and show you guys a couple of the highlights from this weekend of some items that kind of surprised us that we learned about and that sold for a really great profit margin, I wanted to take just a minute and tell you about our flipped spreadsheet. All of the purchasing links are going to be right below this video in the video descriptions. There's 3 versions. There's a basic for Excel, a professional for Excel, and a Google Sheet specific version. So take a look. We have a couple of videos talking about it. Take a look at those as well before you purchase. It's your one-stop shop for all things accounting when it comes to your resale business. There is a master inventory tracking sheet that dates all of your listings so you can keep an eye on them and take action on your stale items. Monthly sales tabs, quarterly breakdowns. The Pro version has a beautiful dashboard that walks you through how you're doing by category, by month, so on and so forth. Take a look, ask any questions if you have them. We're very responsive on Instagram, or you can just leave a comment below the video and we'll answer it there. Thanks.
So I kind of give you my impressions on how it's been so far in this brief, what has it been, like 3-4 weeks now?
Well, yeah, it's kind of, so basically January, 3rd week, but the first week was kind of choppy, and then the second week we were building stuff, and then, you know, the 3rd week, we actually didn't have Emily here last week, so all those numbers we put up ourselves, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been about a month, 3 weeks, less than a month.
We're going into our 4th week of doing it this way. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
I feel much better. I feel like I know what needs to be done every single day. So when I walk into the room, or like if I'm bored, I don't like sitting around. So if it's like 10 o'clock at night and there's nothing else to do, I know I can just walk in here casually, take 5 to 10 sets of photos and just, you know, do it whenever I want to. I like the fact that it's clean and organized. The shipping is so much easier. Like, Melinda obviously shipped with me, but I tended to do more of the, like, you know, 40-pound televisions we were shipping out and stuff like that. So that labor, like the cost of labor has reduced significantly. And like she said, it's just exciting because we literally just got started and like we're already feeling it.
Right.
And I looked at our metrics, and I'll do a separate video on metrics later, just to kind of show you what happens to your stores after you become consistent. But it just feels like we're going in the right directions, and I don't have any concerns or questions about inventory or about making enough sales or anything like that, because there's a schedule. We know exactly how much to do, when to do it, so on and so forth. So I feel great. Yeah,
I do too. I just think it's going to keep growing, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like 2 months from now, and 3 months from now, and 4 months from now. So just that consistency, and like you said, knowing what we have to do every day, having a set number, tasks, and being able to achieve it earlier in the day so we have time for other things to focus on is great. I'm really excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. So a couple of misconceptions I wanted to bring up real quick. One is like, well, clothing, you know, there's not a lot of margins. You're going to throw away a lot of your stuff. Clothing is ultra competitive. The one thing I'll mention about being competitive, why don't you want to be competitive? Like, is you just want things to be easy? Okay, good luck being average, right? So that's one thing. The profit margins and sell-through rate with clothing, you just don't know what you're doing. That's the biggest thing in my opinion, because the items that we're sourcing, we're still using the same sourcing habits we did with hard goods, which is high sell-through rate, high dollar sales. You know, it's not like we're looking for $100 sales every single time we go out. We're looking for items that are going to sell for 20 to 25 on average, plus shipping on top.
Right.
But we're also walking away with a lot. I mean, there's a $125 sale that happened 45 minutes ago that we spent $7 on. Right. So don't listen to people that have no idea what they're talking about, because what ends up happening is that maybe they tried it for a day and it's like, well, I listed it this morning and it hasn't sold yet, and they don't have the experience. Just do it yourself for a long period of time, whatever it is in life, at least a month, if not longer.
A month, right?
If not longer.
Yeah, because if not longer, right? But at least give yourself a month to find that and really be consistent at it. So, I mean, for me, it's just noise, right? You know, like we made this decision based on what we needed and what worked for us. It's not going to work for everybody. That's fine. I don't know. I just consider it like, you know.
It's noise. Definitely. Just don't
pay attention to it.
The last thing I'll say is that if you don't do it yourself and you really try, then you'll never know. You'll never know how good it feels to do it yourself and make a living doing it yourself if you just keep listening to people around you that are going to continuously say, oh no, here are all the excuses that I have why this isn't going to work and this is a rare case and blah, 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 blah. That's it. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to anyone. Do it yourself. Anyways.
Yes, we thought we'd share some of our sales. Anyway, there are a couple brands that I didn't know before we started doing this clothing that I thought I would share.
Yeah, why don't we do that, and then I'll pick out a couple that I was surprised by too, and we'll just, I don't know, 2, 3 each or something like that?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well,
Sounds good. Why don't you start?
So we'll pop them up here. As we mentioned, our shipping is already done. So I will pop up the pictures of where the brand is as well. These are both button-down brands, and I am really guilty of greatly undervaluing this category in general. For me, when you don't go to an office anymore, you tend to think that nobody's going to the office and who wears button-up shirts anymore, but there are still some really good brands in that category, so I'm going to definitely be slowing down and taking my time a little bit more through that section more often. The first one is Scully. And if I saw this at the thrift, I probably would have looked it up just because, as you can see from the brand, it's embroidered, it's unique, it's different. So it does stand out a little bit. And then the other one is Robert Graham. It had this skull print on it, and this was new with tags. And I took a pretty, I had it listed really high and I took an offer, but our strategy is to take an offer where we're making a good amount of profit. We're making what we say we need to make, and we're moving the product, because as you know, with clothes, you want to move them quick. You don't want to sit on them. So that was a brand that I learned. And then another one that we actually just listed, it hasn't sold yet, but I just put it up this morning, I think, is Brunello Cucinelli. Made in Italy. It really just looks like your most basic button down, but for whatever reason, they have a great sell-through rate and a really high resale value. So those are just 3 brands that I didn't know before doing Primarily Clothing that I thought I would share in case you see them at the thrift.
The first one is actually just Levi's, but I wasn't aware that this silver tab back tag was actually a Levi's brand. So these are vintage Levi's silver tab baggy blue jeans, and they sold for $50 plus shipping. We paid $7 for them. A couple of reasons why they sold. One, they're vintage, they're desirable. Levi vintage is desirable, and I think that like baggy hip hop type look is another reason why I think it sold so fast. The second one that I'm pretty new to is Vineyard Vines. I don't know much about this brand, but the stuff that we've posted so far has sold for us pretty quickly, and it's pretty easy to find. It's pretty easy to recognize. This simple vest sold for $45 plus shipping. It is a bigger size, so definitely look out for bigger sizes, but it sold within a few days, and we found several other pieces that are listed in our store. And the third one is this 100% cashmere J. Crew hoodie. Mona has talked about J. Crew before, but now I've been finding it as well. I found some pretty cool pieces that are already sold and some pieces that are already listed. I'm pretty new to going through the racks of clothing, so I'm pretty excited that I was able to find this and it sold so fast for us. Now, cashmere stuff does sell pretty well no matter what the brand is, but if you can combine that original store J. Crew tag with it, the one without the 2 dots, then you're going to sell the product pretty quickly, as long as you're doing your job with titles, photos, descriptions, and pricing, of course. Before we conclude the video, Molda would like to say some nice words.
Yeah, so we had a viewer sale this weekend. Thank you to Brianna. She bought 2 really awesome Torrid pieces. They're like long, beautiful dusters that I got from that 325 Torrid haul. She and her husband are also resellers. They sell under the eBay account JMP Auto. So check out that if you have a minute.
Yeah, thanks guys. Appreciate you, of course, supporting our business and our family.
Of course, always. So that's it. That just a quick little video, tell you how we're doing, how it's going with the new business model. We'll keep checking in, making content, keeping you up to date. And we also have a haul video coming out later this week, so be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, thanks guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Take care and
oh yeah, take care.
go Chiefs.
And yeah, Vikings.